yet another episode of Let's Talk Children's Lit. Today I'm going to be analyzing a debut novel, and I know it looks like I'm doing a lot of debut novels, but trust me, that's not how I intended it to be. It's just there are so many good books coming out right now. Anyway, so this novel is written by Elizabeth Acevedo and is titled Poet X. Now, this book is a little different from all the other analysis that I have done in this YouTube series. This book is different because this book is written in the novel verse. Yes, this book is an anthology of poems arranged chronologically to make a story. Now, you would be less surprised about the fact that this book is in the novel verse if you knew a little bit more about the author. Elizabeth Acevedo is a slam poetry artist herself and the US National Slam Champion. She was the former head coach for the DC Youth Slam, and she has performed in several places and given a lot of TED Talks. So in case you're actually interested in slam poetry, she's definitely one person that you need to be following. Elizabeth drew the inspiration for this book from her time as an English teacher in an 8th grade classroom. Apparently, her students often told her that the books did not reflect their lives or where they came from. This prompted her to write about Xiomara Batista, a Dominican American living in Harlem, New York. Elizabeth herself is a Dominican American who grew up in New York, and she attended her first slam poetry event when she was 14 years old. The personal aspect of this book, where she's talking about a Dominican who grew up in New York and who is trying to find her voice through slam poetry, makes this book extremely personal, extremely intimate, and brutally honest. Now, you'll know why I said that if you have read this book. As usual, I'm not going to be giving you a summary of the book. Instead, this analysis is going to focus on one of the major motives of the book: the idea of space. After winning the Carnegie Medal, Acevedo said, "I felt like this student had given me a challenge, or at least permission, to write a story about young people who take up space, who do not make themselves small, who learn the power of their own words." FYI, she's the first writer of color to win the Carnegie Medal in 83 years. The concept of space is brought back repeatedly throughout the novel. The poet describes space using imagery, paradoxes, form poetry, and similes. This motif, therefore, becomes fundamental to exploring some of the bigger themes in the book. So what I'm going to be doing is analyzing the different codes that signify space and try to explore how the author is able to bring out the bigger themes and ideas through this one motive. Let's begin, shall we? One of the major themes of the book is definitely being comfortable in one's own skin. Now, Xiomara's mother, however, believes that a woman's body is trouble, and she constantly tells Xiomara to hide it away as much as possible. This has obviously influenced the way Xiomara feels about her own body. Let's look at a poem that actually shows this. There are a lot of things to unpack here. Let's take a closer look at all the words and phrases that describe the physical space that is her body. A little too much body for such a young girl, baby fat, and D cups, whale. All of these words and phrases signify that her body just takes up a lot of space. However, Xiomara certainly resents the amount of physical space she takes up. She calls herself unhideable, in a way to show that hiding is what she's supposed to be doing, that she has spent a lot of time trying to make herself insignificant but constantly failed at it. The use of unhide here shows regret, a kind of remorse about the space that Xiomara seems to take up. If she did not wish to communicate this remorse, it might have been, "I take up space," or "I command the room," anything that shows pride in what she is as a person. But the use of the prefix "un" automatically shows us the shame, remorse attached to her body. When you move into the second stanza of the poem, you can see how clearly the poet is able to explain how Xiomara resents the way her body is.
The other girls call me conceited, ho, thought, fast. Purely based on her physical appearance, people around her have made assumptions about who she is and her sexual promiscuity. When your body takes up more room than your voice, you're always the target of well aimed rumors. This line is powerful and goes to show how her physical presence, her body, and the mere fact it exists becomes a target. The last line, I have forced my skin as thick as I am. The word thick here is another adjective describing space. And by using a simile here, she is able to explain she has forced herself to be tough to fight all of these assumptions made about her based on the physical space she's taking up.
The idea of hiding is something that is repeated often in this theme. Hiding is kind of connected to space. For Shiomara, hiding her impossible physical frame is to feel small and insignificant.
Let's look at the second stanza. The use of paradox here, hiding in big sweaters and hiding in hard silence, both rather ostentatious things and things, is an amazing way to say how it is impossible to truly hide oneself, even if you're forcing yourself to be small and insignificant. The second stanza. Even with my Amazon frame, I feel too small for all that's inside me. This line describes the smallness she feels in her large framed body. Small, again, being a word that describes space. She's taking up far less space as a person in comparison to her actual physical space. The paradox here of the Amazon frame and small again shows the difficulty in hiding who one truly is. The last stanza, I want to break myself open like an egg smacked hard against an edge, shows how badly she wants people to see her struggle. This is in direct contrast to how she describes Miss Galliano, her English teacher. The lines, she's also little, like for real petite, but carries herself big. Know what I mean? Like she's used to shouldering her way through any assumptions made about her. This line also uses a paradox, real petite and carries herself big. This kind of shows how Shiomara thinks that the physical space that one occupies hardly justifies the person. You can see she has immediate respect for her in the last two lines. Like she's used to shouldering her way through any assumptions made about her. Shiomara seems to respect Miss Galliano's ability to fight against the assumptions people make based on their physical appearance.
She's hoping somehow that despite her physical appearance, someone would notice the effort that she's taking to make herself feel small and insignificant. Therefore, Acevedo uses paradoxes and similes to show how the physical space of a human body becomes open to an interpretation of that person's personality. In fact, the physical frame or the physicalness of a person hardly correlates to what that person is feeling or what the person's personality is. Shiomara hates the physical space she inhabits, wants to break out, wants to express and become comfortable in her own skin. The power of language is the most crucial theme of the book and perhaps what helps her qualify as a Bildungsroman. Acevedo uses the motive of space again to talk about the freedom to express, the freedom to possess thoughts that other people do not have around you. Shiomara is considered to be a non-social, silent person, but give her a notebook and she writes pages and pages of how she feels about school, about boys, about her mother, about church, about God. These thoughts, however, have no space outside her private notebook, and she struggles with that. She struggles with not being able to completely express herself. She struggles with not being heard. Let's look at some of the poems that show this.
This is an excerpt from an essay that Xiomara submits at school. Here you can see that she uses this phrase, a place to put my thoughts, a place signifying space or freedom to truly express what she's feeling. And by dressing her thoughts in the clothing of a poem, she is able to give it the freedom to express, to take physical space in a notebook. Let's look at another one. I really like this poem because Acevedo uses so many similes to show how she manages to shove her need to express deep inside, taking up as little space as possible. Look at all the words that signify fitting into a tight space: bald and zipped up tight, and the last two stanza. Something in my chest flutters like a bird whose wings are being gripped still by the firmest fingers. Putting aside her need to express her emotions is like being cramped into a very claustrophobic, tight, suffocating, and physically painful space. The similes here do a wonderful job of helping us understand the struggle. As we progress through the story, Shiomara starts to become a little more open and starts to express herself. This time, her outlet, her expression is connected to her struggle with her body and being comfortable in her own skin. Her language and her thoughts are slowly starting to fill the physical space that is her body. Here's an appropriate quote. Here you can see that the words have started to take up physical space. The final line says it best. I let my body finally take up all the space it wants.
The poem beautifully explains the cathartic sense of expressing and writing down one's thoughts, and Syomara is learning to give it as much space as it needs. She soon learns that the power of language helps people come into their own and be comfortable with who they are. We will explore one other theme here, that of the complicated mother-daughter relationship that Shiomara shares with her mother. It is obvious that Shiomara cannot see eye to eye with what her mother wants her to be. Shiomara's mother is an extremely pious woman who, in a way, wants her to become the nun that she never could become. While Shiomara's mother never complained about the crazy amount of cleaning that she did for a living. She attended mass every day and believed that a girl's body is trouble and that men would ruin her daughter's life. On the other hand, Shiomara is doubtful about God, is attracted to boys, enjoys making out, loves being with her boyfriend Aman. This conflict again is something that Acevedo shows us through the motive of space.
Perhaps one of the most significant verses that explain the conflict between Shiomara and her mother are written in the first poem of the book. The long shadows mentioned in the poem again take up space, and Shiomara will need to give up her freedom as soon as that shadow appears by her house. And the shadow is so overbearing that she needs to sneak upstairs, unable to share the same space. The white space between the last two lines can signify the space taken by the long shadow and how Shiomara cannot be close to it. It isn't perhaps a coincidence that Acevedo is using the motif of space in a verse novel. Poetry allows the use of white spaces to say more than the words themselves sometimes. Look at this poem. This is the poem that follows when Shiomara's mother saw Shiomara kissing Aman on the train. She is dragging Shiomara in front of the Virgin Mary to ask for forgiveness. The words themselves take the form of a staircase, and with each word she is descending it one at a time. In the poem, Shiomara is trying to shrink in space. My big is impossible to make tiny, but I try to make an ant out of myself. The words are formed in white spaces as if it is shrinking to the ground. In the last page, the words scatter all over the place, like ants without a purpose or thought. It signifies Shiomara's will dissolving and giving in to the punishment that her mother has carved out for her.
The use of white space in the book to show the distance between the mother and the daughter is quite ingenious. In both the examples, the white space shows the space or the freedom her mother takes away from Shiomara, leaving her distant and scattered. In her mother's presence, Shiomara is trying to make herself small and let her mother take up more space. Here, the space is an analogy for ego, and through the use of space, Acevedo is able to show us that both cannot coexist. Both their egos cannot coexist in the same space. To conclude then, Acevedo, through the use of the concept of space, is able to tap into bigger themes of the book, including becoming comfortable in one's own skin, having the freedom to express oneself, and learning to take up space in a place with a conflicting ego. And she does this by describing space through similes, paradoxes, form poetry, and literal white space in the page. I really do hope you enjoyed this analysis. Comments and feedback are always welcome. Until next time. Bye.